There goes the carcass off the 11 car and right in the grill of Earnhardt and the 48 car, Jimmy Johnson.
Both 100 cars hit him.
Ran over that safety.
They'll have to come in and have that checked, I would think.
Second caution of the day, when the tire comes apart on Denny Hamlin. There you see the remains. The 11 is now on pit road. He tried to nurse it around. And
all right, part of being a NASCAR driver is you have to deal with unfortunate moments just like this one where Dale Earnhardt Jr. was leading the race and ran over a tire carcass. This will probably never happen again in anybody's racing career, but this was an unfortunate moment for Dale Earnhardt Jr. In this video, we're going to go over some misfortunate moments by other drivers who have had the worst luck in NASCAR.
Byron goes wide to accommodate. They lean on each other in turn 4. Side by side for the lead. Larson thinks for a moment, 3 wide at the backstretch.
Larson's going to push this 17 of Byron down into the braking zone. Here comes Ty Gibbs, side by side. There's going to be contact. Both cars go spinning.
Sideways.
Both cars are spinning out of the lead. Larson goes through AJ.
Talk about unlucky. Racing for the lead hard at Watkins Glen, William Byron was shoved off course and spun out by Ty Gibbs. This was not the first time that Ty Gibbs has pulled a stupid stunt like this, but William Byron was the victim that day. Kyle Larson drives in over his head again, shocker, I know, right? And ends up taking out Ross Chastain as he was trying to battle for the win at Nashville. This was Chastain's best shot up until this point during the 2024 season to claim his first win of the season, and Larson took it away in a flash. I bet if Chastain could redo this moment, he would, and he would probably start on the bottom. Ultimately, this was hurtful for Ross Chastain in making the playoffs.
A big push by the 5, and up the racetrack, he catches the 1. Chastain into the wall. Big contact, caution comes out again. Gabe Hart said, I only have one chance at a green-white checkered, as we see Austin Dillon shoving the 43 of Eric Jones.
Hard to tell from that angle, but from behind, it looked like the left front might have caught the apron, really shot the 5 up the racetrack. Take a look.
He's in the back of the 11 right here. Gets on the apron. That's the splitter hitting the apron, and now it doesn't turn. We knew someone was going to make it 3 wide. But behind them was 3 wide. But that right there, just Larson gets up the racetrack. He was pushing. It looked like he was pushing Hamlin.
Something
and he just lost the front.
Something sparks, Jeff. Watch the front of the 5. I don't know what they mean. The crew chief perhaps doesn't even know. He's talking to or communicating with the engine department, wanting to know what information. But
Denny Hamlin, he was the first one with an issue, playoff driver. Now the 1, and it looks like the engine goes away for.
I don't need the digital dash to tell me that this is terminal for the 1 car. Smoke out the pipes.
Having a career resurgence was Kurt Busch. This dude had the potential to win multiple races a season and even a championship. The career resurgence of Kurt Busch is one that is loved by many of NASCAR fans. But ultimately, he always found the worst luck and the worst luck at the worst times. Kurt Busch would blow an engine at Kansas, taking him out of the playoffs during the 2020 season.
Problem off turn 4, just lost all of his momentum. Brad Kane making a move on his teammate.
They catch the 12 and the 2 into the wall.
Hard hits.
Penske drivers.
Rolling here, we get pretty hard, guys.
You saw the 2 go up the racetrack, catch the 12, both of them into the wall coming off a 2.
Just so frustrating. Here Brad drives to the bottom. Now he's on that flat surface. Left side's on that yellow line, loses it, gets up the racetrack, gets into Blaney. Big hit.
Whoa, Kyle Busch is around. Big wreck.
Wow. There's
Dale Jr. got involved.
Oh, Jr.'s in it, and Matt Kenseth.
And Ty Dillon and Eric Jones are all piled up in turn 3.
What the heck happened?
The 18 just turned around. I don't know if he got himself in a unique position or the car got loose right there going in the corner or he had a tire going down, but it just turned around in front of everybody.
All right, let's see what we got.
There's Kyle Busch.
All by himself.
Boy.
Oh, it just turned. I mean, that has to be a tire. There's no way that car just jumped around like that without something happening to it. I mean, he just lost. That thing just went sideways.
Dale Jr. in his final Daytona 500 was leading the race when Kyle Busch blew a tire right in front of him, crashing himself, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and multiple other drivers. If this doesn't sum up the luck that Dale Jr. had late in his career, I don't know what else does. This would unfortunately be Dale Jr.'s last shot at the Daytona 500, and he ended up being wrecked.
Trying to join the legends of NASCAR. Only 8 before him have ever won 4.
Oh, he's got a flat tire. The left front tire's flat.
It's down. He's going to go into the wall. Kyle Larson into the wall. The 48 of Bowman's going to get by him. A flat tire for Kyle Larson. And now Alex Bowman is going to win at Pocono.
Unbelievable.
Looking to make history, Kyle Larson was about to win 4 races in a row. This is something almost unheard of. Only very few drivers have done it. But ultimately, his right front tire would have something to say about it, as Larson would crash hard into the outside wall.
Gonna be a little contact here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's real unfortunate because she did have an incredible race going to be on the lead lap at 435 lap. That was a race for position.
Whoa! Contact for the lead. Hamlin into the wall. Oh, and collects another one. That's Junior up in turn 1, I believe. Gone wrong off turn 4.
You see Harvick trying to get a big run up out the corner, and I believe he just misjudged right there. He thought that Hamlin was going to be a little more speed on the exit of the corner there. He was just going to slide up in behind him at that point in time, and just misjudged a little, whether it was the 11 had to be out of the throttle just a little.
This has to be some bad luck for Denny Hamlin. When racing for the lead, Kevin Harvick said in an interview he misjudged that he was clear off Denny Hamlin. He ended up clipping Denny Hamlin's quarter panel, sending Hamlin sliding very fast to the inside wall. Denny Hamlin would ricochet off the wall and head right back on the track and collect Dale Earnhardt Jr. Again, some more unlucky moments for Dale Jr., but this had to sting for Denny Hamlin.
I think you're right. I think Gilliland hit that tire and wheel.
Let's see what happens here. Yeah, you see the center of the tire, the wheel is gone.
Well, the only way we're going to find out, we're going to have to go over to the infield and dig it out of that camper tent that it went over into.
Man, look at the guys.
And it did bounce off the hood of Gilliland's car.
Brian Vickers' right rear tire fell off at Charlotte. This is something unheard of in the mid-2000s. Vickers' tire would fall off and it would fly into the infield and land on an RV almost. That's also pretty unlucky for that fan. But ultimately, this would end Vickers' night during the Coca-Cola 600.
And Martin pull away just a little bit from Tony Stewart, who finds it in
Casey
3.
Kane lost it.
Oh, there's oil. There's oil on the racetrack.
Use my time. You got it.
Oil on the racetrack.
Martin, Tony Stewart gets by. I think Matt Kenseth may have went up and brushed the wall.
Down into the corner, and you're going to see the car about right there. She takes off. Not too far behind him comes a whole bunch more.
Party might go on for a while.
I just saw some smoke out of that 15, though, right there. Maybe Clint did know what he was talking about. Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All done.
Too bad, shut it off so they can check it, okay?
Caution is out.
Wow. Oh, that's too bad. He was running fastest, some of the fastest laps on the racetrack right until then.
Because the car just, he goes in, he does that dive bomb thing, and then right here you see the car just takes off. Matt was great big run on the outside and drove right up on the.
2 to go from Nashville. The 5 doesn't go. They bottle up behind him. Big wreck for the 8.
Out of fuel.
5 was out of fuel. Caution comes out again.
That's what we talked about earlier. If you run out of fuel in front of this pack, it's going to get ugly. You know, Elliott ends up spinning him around, but it's not his fault. He's expecting Larson to be going, and he can't.
Just doesn't go.
Yeah, he goes to the throttle and has no fuel, so it just won't go. And Kyle Busch, just nothing he could have done. Nothing anybody behind him could have done.
The luck that Kyle Busch has had during the 2024 season has to be documented. It is pure awful. I feel so sorry for Kyle Busch because the luck that he's dealt with this year is something he does not deserve. Up until Nashville, the luck that Kyle Busch has had was awful, but he now sits on the second row looking for a shot at the win. Ultimately, Larson would have run out of gas, and he would be ricocheted to Chase Elliott and spun hard into the outside wall. This would end Busch's night. Never in my wildest dreams would I see Kyle Busch blow 2 engines in 3 races, eliminating him from the playoffs in his final season at Joe Gibbs Racing. I know this is probably an unlucky moment, but somewhere deep down, I think in a lot of people's minds and hearts, they know this was sabotage. To see Kyle Busch blow 2 engines in 3 weeks, this is something unheard of, and something that probably won't happen ever again.
And so Kyle Busch, is he having momentum at the right time? Adam's going to say, is there smoke coming out of the 18?
Coming out of the pipes.
The 18 is blowing up.
Oh my God.
What is going on?
It is unbelievable the number of playoff drivers that have had problems tonight. That's going to put Eric Jones at the start of this field. He won here in 2019. The fans are going crazy. They are either love or hate Kyle Busch as a fan, and the ones that don't like him are expressing their pleasure.
He's so polarizing, and right now you're hearing it out of the crowd here as they see the 18 blowing up.
What are your gauges?
As we came on, you see he was leading. Now he's just going to drop down the points. When we came on the air, guys, we talked about Darlington, the prestige, and the challenge. And, you know, I think this is that last true throwback. But a lot of these races, a lot of these racetracks, it's as hard as you can run all day long. This track down here, too tough to tame. It's not giving up. It's not letting go. It has the grips on these race teams. You know, when this became the first race of the playoffs, I wasn't sure because I thought odd things could happen, but I actually have flipped. I think this is the best test of the best 16. You've made it to the playoffs, and now you are literally going to get punched in the mouth by the most difficult racetrack, and it's man and machine, right? This is a driver make mistakes, and this is the mechanical.
And issues for the 18. He's into the wall. Kyle Busch below the cut line to start the race. He was above the cut line.
All right, you're good down.
And that looks like that's engine. Yeah, I was going to say, that's out of both the headers right there. So that does not look like, oh man, is that water I see pouring out?
4 tires. 4 tires. Oh.
4 tires. There's no 4 tires. Your man is not coming to see you, and you hear the crowd. You either love him or you hate him. You see the fans with the M&M's gear, the 18.
There's a lot of rowdy fans out there, but this is not what they wanted to see out of Kyle Busch. Out of the race car, out of the race, and more than likely, he's going to be out of the playoffs.
Remember, guys, he had an engine failure at Darlington.
Yeah. A race that looked like he could win, right?
Yes.